reports to make. A quick supper with friends before turning in. Next morning, on the go again at 6:15. Then St. Louis, Cincinnati. Finally, New York. Glamour job, Mary Ann has made dozens of runs like this, served hundreds of hot meals, greeted thousands of new people. It all demands a lot of charm and works out to a lot of Coke. Does Coca-Cola have the taste you never get tired of? Do we mean it when we say Coke is always refreshing? Is things go better with Coke after Coke after Coke just a slogan? Write Miss Mary Ann Lynch, Trans World Airlines, Box 7144, St. Louis, Missouri. She'll tell you.
Coca-Cola has the taste you never get tired of. Always refreshing. That's why things go better with Coke after Coke after Coke.
In the dull and commonplace occurrences of day-to-day living, one thing stands out as a completely unique experience. Colt 45 malt liquor.
Alright, gang, let's jump into this shit. Shout out to Uncle Bobby. I want to take a second to acknowledge Uncle Bobby, my one black friend, Tux, Rodrigo, Cliff, man, the whole gang, and especially the boy James Apperson. Everybody that holds it down as a pastor here at the First Church of the Flying Man. Appreciate all you guys, all my co-hosts and colleagues. Shout out to my advisors, Mike Travisano, Mike Pennock, listen to me. Mike Travisano, Rob Pennock, David Greenstein. Appreciate all you guys. Shout out to the TREM program. Special thanks to my students. Definitely want to spend a special shout out to Deacon No Name. You know, we don't hang out anymore, but he definitely helped us build what we have. Shout out to all the Twitch fam that helped us get started. All those years ago, it feels like now. I feel like I was a younger, sprier man when we started out on YouTube, streaming for, on average, I would say 1 to 3 viewers per day. Sometimes 5 to 10 viewers a week. But damn, we had some good times and got this thing started. Shout out to Sacred Death, the OCW fam, GTA people, my fucking NBA 2K squad. Shout out to the boy Cloud, motherfucking teammate that's held it down with his crazy ass. But yeah, man, most importantly, shout out to the mod squad. Thanks to all the viewers. Thanks to the live chat. Thanks to cousin OG Roddy, man, for holding it down with the music. But yeah, y'all, I appreciate everybody, all the viewers, all the mods, all the people in the live chat. Definitely the Gather fam, my actual family and friends that have been really supportive. Really, really appreciate that. Definitely got to send a shout out to some of them haters. LPP, where would I be without you? Thanks for helping me get on Gustick Gibbon. Can't thank you enough. Fuck Donnie and fucking Kent Hovind. Thanks for those opportunities. They really did help the channel get a lot of exposure and help get our name out there. We really appreciate all you guys. But yeah, man, 20,000 views, man. It's a crazy number to reflect on, right? There are certain numbers that YouTube treats as magical. For whatever reason, they seem to be, 1,000 subscribers, a certain amount of watch hours. I think maybe like 4,000 watch hours or whatever. We killed that a long time ago, many, many months ago. But man, the stream's given us a lot to celebrate, and to think that 20,000 times people have, clicked on a Pocket Locker video with the intention to watch it or comment or catch up with the gang or whatever their intention was. It really says something too about all of you that go away for a while and come back and give us another view. You go watch James Apperson throughout part of the day and you come back or whatever. Definitely appreciate you guys. All the people that were fans of the Jay Bundy channel or the Hunter Biden's Laptops channel now it is. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much to the casino crew. We will be back live on the casino. We're just focusing on Gather right now. It's a little bit more liberating for our overnight crowd. But, as that gets settled and more of us get to streaming and that Gather overnight crew grows a little bit, we'll bring back the casino. But that casino crowd and the casino vibe is so instrumental to the vision and really sort of paved the way for what we're doing in Gather. And, we're onward and upward. So some of these benchmarks mean a lot to me. Some of y'all know we just wrapped up, I think, last week or the week before. We were hanging out late with James Apperson, and we kind of ended our daily streak. I counted back. It was like 90. It was really like over 100 days. There were a couple days I deleted streams or whatever, but I counted back to 98 days. Like I said, if I'd have really counted the days that we streamed and then got rid of the stream or didn't keep the stream up or the stream got pulled, it'd probably be 140 days. But let's always call it what it is, man. We're out here for about 100 days. I always tell people, you want to come fuck with Pocket, you need to put in your 100 days. Of course, I put in way more than that, but I'm talking about 100 days in a row. Fortunate to be able to do that. That's a real honor and a privilege. I always tell people, I'm blessed just to have my health, right? I take COVID very seriously. I'm isolated. I don't be out a lot. I don't go out. I don't socialize. I'm not out in the streets. I'm not out the club. I'm not out at the bar, the movie theater, or the restaurant. And part of that is because that is how I maintain my health and safety so that I can get up and go live every day. Just feeling like Cal Ripken, like if you really want this title, really want to be the workhorse champion, you're going to have to get your Pocket Locker on. I'm trying to set a high bar for what people expect from the United States champion. And you just got to be strong and healthy enough to do it. There are days I'm not in a great mood, days I'm tired, days I'm exhausted, days I don't know what to talk about, days I think, I should be focusing on my research or my teaching or grading or doing something else. But, I've decided to prioritize building the community, being live, giving people a place to go, and just being out here, putting this work in every day. So really grateful to everybody that's been a part of it. Happy to be healthy and strong enough and up to the task day in and day out. And really appreciate the community for loving on me, keeping me feeling, supported and strong and healthy. A lot of friends. Should take a moment to say my mental health is really good. Part of the benefit of Gather and not having to be live so much is I get to go to bed earlier, get to sleep more, get to get up at a more reasonable hour, so I'm sleeping better. Take my meds. I always tell people you don't confuse the performer and the performance. Just because somebody plays a loose cannon on TV, or somebody who, at the drop of a dime is going to flip out and wreck shit and go into bull in the China shop mode, don't mistake that as an actual human being who's in mental distress. You got to learn to recognize the difference. And sometimes you can't, and that's the show, right? Sometimes the part is we've got this crazy performer, and he's bipolar as shit. And so people don't really know, like, wait, is this supposed to be happening right now? Is he really losing his goddamn mind? Does somebody need to call the hospital? If you're asking yourself those questions, that means we're putting on a good show. But time like this, we want to let everybody know I'm healthy, happy, doing really well. Feel a lot of support of friends and also want to thank all the donations, man. A lot of you guys have donated to myself or the International Bipolar Foundation. We'll be coming up with another charity drive here soon for the holidays. And then a lot of you guys have been sending me donations. Senpai needs money. Really appreciate that. Stupid Horror Energy has been sending crazy donations, sending me all types of stacks and stacks of cash. Really appreciate that. But everybody who's made big donations, small donations, we really appreciate it. Speaking of that, there are links in the descriptions. We have Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. But I recommend going through Streamlabs, ! Tips, ! Super Chat. What that will allow us to do is make sure we pull it up on screen. That'll allow me to go back and look for it, and it'll play into the overlay, the alert, and all that type of stuff. But there's plenty of ways to donate. Definitely appreciate it. It really sends a message to my colleagues that people value what we're doing and they want us to keep doing it. And it's also a tremendous encouragement to me. It does take a lot of money to keep all this going, and so I appreciate the support and a little bit of pizza money. So thanks for the financial support on top of everything else. Thanks for all the games. Thanks for all the gifts. Just special shout out to YouTube Punk, the prop master, who's just kept my aesthetic looking top notch. Very, very customized gifts and things. Shout out to Nano, who's provided so many of the Atheist Fever Dream clips that have been awesome. YouTube Punk's also helped us out a great deal with sounds. Thank you to Hippie Smiles for this wonderful mason jar bong. It's fucking incredible. Make sure you guys show Hippie Smiles some love. And yeah, check out all my co-hosts and mods. My one black friend is down there. Tux is down there. James Apperson's link is down there. I think Nidamos, I threw a link for down there. Gin and Truth has got a link down there. So please do see all those links in the bottom of the description on a regular basis. Those are all the people that help me go. And go ahead and give them a like and a follow. Turn on subscribe. Turn on notifications. You guys are YouTube power users. You know how to do that. Also, James Apperson is having a wonderful stream on why you're not a Christian. We're going to touch on a bit of that. But yeah, y'all, let's get into it. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. I'm really humbled. I really appreciate it. And we're just going to keep on going. But I do really take these sort of opportunities to reflect, like, goddamn, we put in 100 days in a row. Goddamn, we hit 20,000 views. Crazy amount of watch hours. So thank y'all so much. It's going to be a fun day for everybody. And we're going to start this off right with a little Cuz. Let's get into this OG Roddy music video. Let's catch a vibe.
Ready for takeoff?
Whoa. being modest. Now it's grams to the wax for my conscience. Brown James in LA, you're on college. I've been jumping on them planes like a hobby. Still moving with the pack like my partners. Shut the John on them jets cause you wildin'. But the bowl is a party on the island. Moment of silence. So good, get back to the topic. Grew up, it was me and Flocka. Grandma's and Big T, this my mama. I ain't even for the pain when my pops flipped. Knew his name, that's it, never bothered. Mom said, you the man, son, you got this. Ever since I found a way to go and pop shit. Hold up, blaze through a whole zip. Took a seat at the table of my first flip. Days in red roof with my first whip. Spent the money with the gang, never post pics. Seen a change in the game, had to coach it. Never let them take my wangs in the mold, bitch. Ever made in a month, nigga. Used to serve him at the minute just the front, nigga. Goddamn. Had to grow up quick, I made my own rules. Had my first child, got it jumping with music. Can't really hang with nobody who losing. I thought by now that you would go and get it, but I could hardly see niggas as distant. Know you get cropped if you not in the picture. And I made that tag and went got a bag. Shots to the Henny and OG prescriptions, put rebel shit on the map. Took a leap from where I started at. Started ballin', now I'm Chris Paul and Cass. Got him steady calling for the mold, but I'm on a roll, gotta call him back. And that's all fact.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. All carry-on items should now be stowed securely, either in an overhead bin or under the seat in front of you. All aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas should now be clear. All electronic devices should now be turned off and stowed, as they may interfere with the aircraft's navigational and communication systems. Once airborne, we'll let you know when you may use devices, but note that some items may not be used at any time during the flight. You'll find a list of approved devices.
Live from Sacred Death Studios in Los Santos, San Andreas. Welcome everyone to Late Night Counter-Apologetics. And now, please welcome your host. He is the wise man of the Sacred Death Motorcycle Club. He is the sexiest man in all of word wrestling entertainment. He is the most entertaining man in the history of evolutionary biology. He is the virtual visionary, Mr. Dual PhD himself. Please give it up for the architect of the atheist apocalypse, the only man to have his vestments blessed by PineCreek, the most high apostle of the cult of the flying man. He is none other than the outlaw prince, the one and only Jesus who can save us, Dr. Heartbreak J. Pocket Locker BUNDY. I know I'm sexy, I've got the look that drives the girls wild. I got the moves that really move them. I send chills up and down their spines. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. Let's go! I make them hot. I make them shiver. 20,000 views. I'm about to take a groove. They see me walk. They hear me talk. I make them feel like they're raw and real. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. Get your heart out, girls. That mic twirl,
Hands off the merchandise. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy.
Look at the trees, but only if you're smoking them. All right, folks, welcome everybody to a very, and I do mean very, special edition of the Pocket Locker Podcast, aka Late Night Counter-Apologetics. Go fuck yourself. It's late night somewhere. Sam's in the house, got his tongue hanging out, looking cute. Why's your tongue hanging out? You looking like you're tired. You don't do nothing but lay around all day. What's wrong with you? Jewish Space Lasers in the house. The Refiners Fires in the house. The sexiest championship in the history of World Wrestling Entertainment. I'm talking about Liberty Bell is in the house. And of course, the motherfucking one-hit wonder is here. Everybody's gathered, and speaking of being gathered, of course, the motherfucking homies know what time it is, which is why they are smart enough to be in gather. That's right, folks. I'm talking about fucking UC Love and fucking me and Cameron and Carrie Ann. That's the hardcore people. The hardcore people have a front row seat and gather, while the rest of you losers are stuck on the bench on YouTube. Now, Wayne, you got to get up in this gather because we got to talk about Otangelo, bro. Bro, we got to talk about Otangelo. What the fuck is going on with Otangelo, you dude? We got to talk about Otangelo, and then, given that it's 20,000 views, given that there's a cause for celebration, I decided on the fly while I was listening to the James Apperson stream earlier, that I'm going to take on something to just really seal in the flavor of the heel energy. To really make sure people marinate in the stew of boo. That's what we're going to call it right now. The stew of boo. Pure heel energy. Pure super kicking baby faces just for fun. Today, I'm going to take a big old hot steaming turd pile of doo-doo all over Martin Luther King Jr. Yep. Get ready to hate me. Get ready to cancel me. Get ready with the blase and the glavinoids and we don't like you anymore. But I've got some frustration with the legacy of one Dr. Martin Luther King, and I'm going to speak my motherfucking mind about it. All right. So get ready to cancel somebody because I'm feeling the heel energy. I woke up feeling like a bad guy today, which means I felt very good, by the way. You know, it's like I tell my colleagues, I am feeling especially antisocial today. And that's because I'm in a good mood. That's how bad guys are. When we wake up on the right side of bed, feeling healthy and strong, we're like, holy shit, I want to piss somebody off and whip somebody's ass today. I'm feeling refreshed and energized and healthy and strong and shit. And god damn it, I want to start some fucking trouble. First, let me go grab my goddamn energy drink, folks. We're going to catch a vibe. Then we're going to do communion. Then we're going to have we're going to do whatever the fuck I want. I'm celebrating 20,000 views. It's my channel. Go fuck yourself and do whatever I feel like doing. We're going to play some games and shit. But right now, we're going to catch a vibe. And we're going to start with Link Up With The Gang. Oh, yeah.
Your attention, please. Please do not smoke in the terminal building. Smoking is only permitted in the specified smoking areas.
Zach? OG, I draw up the plate, and then he go get the cake. Then we link up with the gang. Gang, gang. OG, I draw up the plate, and then he go get the cake. Then we link up with the gang. Gang, gang. OG, I draw up the plate, and then he go get the cake. Then we link up with the gang. Gang, gang. OG, I draw up the plate, and then he go get the cake. Then we link up with the gang. Gang, gang. OG, I draw up the plate. Niggas don't know what to think. Thought I get money, you change. What you thought we was the same? Still stay away from them clones. Niggas better leave me alone. Talking about niggas is low. Run with niggas who don't know you. Whoa, I made that zagging when city to city. You niggas not hot in your state. If it was money to get a hit Henny, we get it and never complain. Same go for the gang, and we split it up all the same. I can't really eat, let's stay straight, cause we go way back in the day. My day ones from back in the day, they still hang around me today. You wanna come round us, you can't. I'm rolling up loud, it's great. But mama, she bad but complain, cause I'm too in love with my dreams. And I gotta get on the plane, and go get this money with them. I draw up the plate, and then he go get the cake. Then we link up with the gang. Gang, gang. OG, I draw up the plate, and then he go get the cake. Then we link up with the gang. Gang, gang. OG, I draw up the plate, and then he go get the cake. Then we link up with the gang. Gang, gang.
Cameron, I gotta get this track for you. OG Roddy sent me this shit, bro. I'm not used to sending tracks from my phone. But yeah, I gotta send this shit over to you, bro. Remind me later on Gather.
And it be all in my drink. You niggas is
sorry it took so damn long, bro.
You not even hot in your gang. Ain't nothing even hot about your gang. You niggas be lying about saying, be posting them pictures of guns for the fame.
Y'all think y'all getting down like me? Oh,
see,
you gonna roll
but he a
too?
clown. Gonna fuck around with the fuck arounds. Little nigga, you should cut it out.
Man, I just smoked a couple, and it's 7 in here. I just smoked a couple, and it's 7 in here. It's 7 in here. I roll at least 5 at a time. I'm glad, Iris, that you get down, Iris. And I'm glad you rolling 2. But you got to roll at least 5 before you're going to come talk to me like that. At least 5 at a time. If you're not rolling 5 at a time, think about it. If you roll 2 at a time, you're going to smoke a joint. Cool. Later, you're going to smoke a joint. Then you're going to be extra high. And then you're going to have to roll again. 5 at a time. You got to roll enough to get through the day, y'all. Come on, you got to think ahead. You got to think ahead. It's like taking the garbage out 3 times in the same day. You can't do that. You can't do that. You got to increase your smoking capacity. Yeah, Cameron said I only rolled 1 last night, and now you're regretting it. Now you're regretting it, right? You got that 1 smoke and you're babying that 1 smoke, and it's not because you don't want to smoke it, it's because you don't want to roll again. See, I know how the game go. I know how the game go. That's why I roll so many at a time. But don't worry, y'all. One day when this whole Cult of the Flying Man thing blows up, and I got a mansion and a parsonage and a jet and 2 more PhDs from that Scrooge McDuck Bible University in ministry development and spiritual acquisition. I'm gonna do like Snoop Dogg. I'm gonna pay one of y'all about 50, 60K a year to just roll my joints. I'm gonna be like Snoop Dogg. You're gonna be like, I am the official joint roller, the official joint attendant of the Most High Apostle. And don't worry, I'm gonna make sure the shit got some good health benefits. Good little retirement plan for you, because I know that you're gonna take it seriously. It's gonna be like a whole career endeavor. So I'm gonna make sure, and we're gonna start at that's gonna be a base salary, based on how well your rolling becomes attuned to my palate. Whether you throw in some bonus rolls for the homies. Take care of, maybe acquiring the weed for me from time to time. We're gonna up it. We're gonna up it. Eventually, it's gonna be a really good way of living for somebody. I'm trying to create jobs out here. Hashtag send some your money. Put your money in the plate. If you're thinking, well, Jay, you full of shit, and you would never hire a full-time roller, I would. Send me your fucking money. Quit faking the funk. If you want to call my bluff, send me some fucking money and see if I won't do it. You're going to have to make me rich and see what the fuck happens, aren't you? Send me a few mil and see what I do with it. Shit, you don't believe me? Go ahead and try me out then. All right, now, let's go ahead and have some fucking communion so we can get into this fucked up ass show. Y'all already know the goddamn ritual, and if you don't, please don't tell me you don't know the goddamn ritual, because I'm going to be real pissed at you if you know the goddamn ritual by now. Please raise your glasses and hold on to your asses. Through him, with him, in the unity of the flying man. All glory and honor is yours who flied for our sins forever and ever. You may drink. Whiskey in the bottle. Oh, whiskey makes me feel very Metallica. Very Metallica. And you can hear them church bells ringing. Communion song, y'all. 20,000 subs, man. We're going to go with the block, man. We could play MJ Interlude. Matter of fact, let's do the MJ Interlude, then we're going to play the block. We're going to have a whole little musical DJ set right now. Man, how do you make a whole DJ set on the fly, man? How would you know what to play? And how do you make sure that the DJ... Nigga, I'm a DJ. OG Roddy's a DJ. So I'm going to make it easy. I'm going to just do what a DJ does. Flip off and trust the taste of another good DJ, OG Roddy, who also happens to be a rapper. Boom, set list, presto, changeo, dunno. We're just going to play some fucking OG Roddy. This one's called the MJ Interlude. It's our traditional communion song. Let's hit our traditional communion song. Everybody spark the fuck up and get in airplane mode. Airplane mode, ready for takeoff? Light. Everybody trying to put that light in and just give me the light. Put that mode in. Put that communion in. Put that cheers in. Ladies, put that bra in. I ain't even tripping cause she the one I could trust. Even bring her out on dates with me. See my mama new place with me. She hold me down on the days when I ain't feeling too up. I ain't even tripping cause she with me in the club. Oh, that is pretty good. Out the way for ya. Take some time out my day for ya. Standard lab equipment. I even took her on a plane, but she ain't even a drug. We gotta hit that hippie smiles mason jar bong. And the afternoon I play with ya. Y'all gotta hit hippie smiles up on Instagram, man. Get you one of these mason jar bongs. She sent me with alternative tops. It's easily replaceable. This is a very standard bowl piece that fits into it. Standard size bowl piece. She sent me with a glass one that comes in here and fits over this. Also a rubber one, the one that I'm using right here. This down stem, she prints, beautiful solid print, smokes gorgeous every time, no issues with it. She sent me some replacements. And then all of these parts are easily replaceable, right? Because it's a mason jar. Guys, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. It's sustainable. It's creative. It's functional. It's cool looking. It's a way to support the community. It's making something spectacular out of everyday items. I mean, I love everything about this. Thank you so much, Hippie Smiles.
She my sweet Mary Jane, and she the one I could trust. Niggas sippin' lean, but me, I'm smoking the dub. I go all out the way for ya. Take some time out my day for ya. I even took her on a plane, but never enough. Some say I'm trippin', but they ain't even in love. In the morning, I might lay with you. In the afternoon, I play with you.
You see how it gets filled up? It gets totally filled up.
Hi, I'm in love. Mary Jane is different, cause she ain't even a drug. Yeah.
Clear it. Yeah, I was gonna put some water in mine too. Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. I just haven't yet. Yeah, Hippie Smiles, drop a link on us. Let me make sure she's got mod privileges.
Yeah. Whoa. Long live John T.O.
All right, that's the MJ interlude. Actually, I'm gonna let Long Live John T.O. play. But for those of you that are new, man, if we're gonna celebrate 20,000 subs on the weekend, let's do it right, man. I'm gonna play some other songs during this little OG Roddy set right here. But I'm gonna speak on this one because, you know, for those that don't know, OG Roddy's my favorite rapper. He's also one of my good friends. I try to put him in that order right now. He's my favorite rapper, also one of my good friends, and he happens to be one of my cousins, my first cousins. He's my mother's the oldest of three. His father, who's unfortunately no longer with us, is my mother's youngest brother. And so, you know, he just been little cuz to me like my whole life, but we're close enough in age to where it's only a couple or maybe a few years between us. So even though he's younger than me, it was never like a older brother, younger brother type of thing, except once in a blue, right? If he needs some words or some guidance. But, you know, I take advice from him just as frequently. And so we were kind of like peers, you know, and a lot of the other grandkids in our family, unfortunately, they've come along, as a lot of black people know, at different times, you know. Basically, my other uncle, the one in the middle, Moses, he's no longer with us either, unfortunately. He left us like 10 kids by like 9, 10 different women, right? And so a lot of his kids were showing up like 8, 10 years old, sometimes teenagers and shit. I mean, it's all love, family's family. But it's just different, right? But with OG Roddy, LaToya, a couple of us, it's like, you know, we grew up in the house as the grandkids our whole lives, from babies and shit. So in that group, OG Roddy's like, you know, the young cousin or whatever. And so I grew up with this motherfucker. And it's funny because losing his father, y'all see where I'm going with this song real quick. Losing his father is the worst thing that's ever happened to our family, right? Unfortunately, his father, you know, committed suicide, something that people know. And, you know, it's just a tragic thing our family's never dealt with. You know, my grandmother still calls me Marcus from time to time. She probably does the same thing to him. And it's heartbreaking. But we were both really young. So I was really young when it happened, like elementary school. And he had to be a few years younger than me, right? I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Even when I talked to him, I was thinking about it, right? And so he was so young that, for lack of better expression, he may not even really remember what losing his father did to this family. And he really doesn't have, unfortunately, many memories of his father, right? So that's something me, my mom, we've been talking to him a lot more about as he gets older. Like, yo, you got to hit up this person who grew up with your father. You got to talk to this person who was your father's best friend. Oh, here's pictures. And, you know, we're trying to get him to remember that his father's life ended tragically, but his life wasn't a tragedy, right? His father was one of the dopest people ever, right? He was a drummer. He was like OG Roddy. He was tall, light-skinned, handsome. He was brilliant, right? He was I think, the first person in our family who, like, they officially, like, diagnosed as gifted and, like, put in a gifted program, like, recognized for having a high IQ. I'm sure my mom's gifted too, but she just wasn't tested like that. You know, musically cool. Everybody loved him. Great athlete. Just like everything, right? Marcus was the star. Like, everybody knew him. So, you know, life goes that way, unfortunately, sometimes. But he was amazing, right? And we all see so much of OG Roddy in him. It's just unfortunately that they didn't overlap enough to get to know each other the way we get to know him. So anyway, losing his father was the worst thing that ever happened to our family. But because he was so young, he didn't feel it the way we did. Don't remember it the way we did. So this song, Long Live John Tio, is about him losing his best friend tragically. Losing his main mans, you know, when he was coming up, basically, I think, like, probably when he was in high school. I'm not even sure when. But it's crazy. So I recognize that now, that's the difference. When he speaks about losing his father and stuff like that, he can rap about it. It's real and it's hard. It's got to be painful. I respect him so much for taking his pain and his real experience and putting that into his art, because he didn't have to. He was always such a great artist, always such a dope guy, always such a cool rapper, always such a trendsetter with fashion and design and art. Like, he's just always been such a cool ass motherfucker. Like, he never had to be vulnerable because he was just cool as shit. So everybody know him. Everybody know Roddy. He's just the coolest motherfucker. Like, literally the coolest person. So, you know, he could have just kept it like that, right? But as he's matured as an artist, he's opened up. He's become more vulnerable. He's matured. It's the only reason I could talk about it, because I know he's talked about it on his records. But anyway, I want y'all to appreciate Long Live John Tio, because this is his ballad to his friend that he lost tragically. He actually waited years on this song, right? He didn't write. He always knew he had to do a song about him. A lot of times he just felt like he was forcing it, and this one he really said kind of wrote itself. So I really appreciate that he put it on this album, man. If y'all don't have it by now, man, you gotta go to itsairplanemode.com. You could also find OG Roddy at Bandcamp. Buy the record. If you go to the website, you go under itsairplanemode.com. You go to merch. You can go get the album through there. You can put in any address. It will ask you for an address, but it's a digital thing, so you could put in 12345, go fuck yourself lane, and that's fine. Or just go to Bandcamp and you could get the album there. This one's called Long Live John Tio. All right, here we go. Let me roll it back. Let's play from the beginning. Appreciate y'all. Beautiful, beautiful song, man. This is a dope album, man. This man keeps getting better. Yeah. He been good for a long time. Just so you know.
Long live John Tio. Nigga lost so many, I got no conscience. Lost my whole right hand, had to keep grinding. Had to check up on my circle, it ain't no rhombus. Still remember mom's call, told me about Johnny.
Yeah, I'm about to go fill it.
Chair, she lying.
That's what I want to do.
Now listen close here, she crying. Then it get dark, but it's like, cause you know for a fact God do it all in time and questioned it all, but I stopped it. Be on to some fly shit. Louis V for the baggage, comma, heart stakes, we ain't gramming. Should've showed you the plan here. Matching tucks at the Grammys. Dog, your family, my family. Look out the plane, still see damage, but now look over the modes. Going down as the greatest. Just to get to the top and show all the gain that you gave me. Y'all in this verse like my mom. Never bye, see you later. Rest in peace, Jonathan T.O., that's my bro, miss you daily, goddamn Yeah. Ain't no hook for the shit, I just miss my dog. My bro. Ain't no hook for the shit, I just miss my dog. Ain't no hook for the shit, I just miss my dog. My dog. Yeah. Ain't no hook for the shit, I just miss my dog. Ain't no hook for the shit, I just miss my bro. Ain't no hook for the shit, I just miss my dog. Dog. Yeah.
And I'm gonna say some shit that, like, this is documented. You know, I got a TED talk. I forgave my brother's killer. And I'm saying it to say this. Nigga that killed my brother, my brother died in my grandma's arms. That house that we grew up in. He shot my brother, he ran to the house. He died in Nanny Hall when she opened the door. So I'm telling you, there's some real shit, man. If I ain't let that shit go, I won't be right here today. I won't be here for my niece and my nephews. Me and Gil won't be doing this. Y'all won't know me. I won't be able to give y'all this game. But I had to leave. I had to let that shit go. When I let that shit go, nigga, I started to grow. And I started to glow. And now I'm here today, and it was harder than man. I'm talking about this my big brother, nigga.
Gamer boy, gamer boy, gamer boy, gamer boy. Zach. Whoa. Just gotta focus on yourself out here, y'all. Don't pay too much to the competition. Don't worry about what other people doing. Gotta trust your process. Worry about yourself, like I'm saying, man. Bigger than me, bigger than you. You know what I mean? You know what you gotta do, then do it. You're always making excuses when you got time for this. You gotta get it, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody hold you back. Don't about that negativity, suggestions, fuck all that shit, my niggas. Yeah. No competition. I'm feeling so fabulous. You niggas mad as shit, but it do not matter, kid. So what's the comparison? You niggas ain't zagging yet. Tell your homies stop gassing you before we pull up and embarrass you. No competition. I'm feeling so fabulous. And you niggas mad as shit, but it do not matter, kid. So what's the comparison? You niggas ain't zagging yet. Tell your homies stop gassing you before we pull up and embarrass you. Yeah. Still watching for clones, but they all over the globe. Probably why I say whoa. Young nigga never made money from stoves, but went hard with the zone. Me and Henny broke it down way before. Now we killing shows, just act like you know. Whoa. Got a new bitch from the bottom. Still never change out my niggas from potters. Honest, I've been feeling golly. You get in my way, then you leave me no options. Niggas thinking it's a race, till we put them in their place. Leave their family with a ghost, then we pull off in a race. Competition. I'm feeling so fabulous, and you niggas mad as shit, but it do not matter, kid. So what's the comparison? You niggas ain't zagging yet. Tell your homies stop gassing you before we pull up and embarrass you. No competition. I'm feeling so fabulous, and you niggas mad as shit, but it do not matter, kid. So what's the comparison? You niggas ain't zagging yet. Tell your homies stop gassing you before we pull up and embarrass you.
It's no competition. You niggas be lying about how you be feeling, saying you Jordan, you not even Pippin. Or Rodman when he was with Pistons. You blondie, you lying about all of your visions. Your paper be short like some midgets. I used to step out and just worry about digits. And now I just focus my visions. I had to distance myself from some people cause they just be holding you back. I wasted some time, I never get back. Like why I do that? You niggas be bitching, it's just to be seen and put on the map. I only know some niggas who know how to spin up a check and get it right back.
No competition, I'm feeling so fabulous. And you niggas mad as shit, but it do not matter, kid. So what's the comparison? You niggas ain't zagging yet. Tell the homie stop gassing you before we pull up and embarrass you. No competition, I'm feeling so fabulous. And you niggas mad as shit, but it do not matter, kid. So what's the comparison? You niggas ain't zagging yet. Tell the homie stop gassing you before we pull up and embarrass you. No competition. But tonight I'm gonna try. She got all the things that I seen online, but the one that I'm with gon' ride for life. The problem really is bad bitch first wife. Now hold up, my wife be a bad bitch. Hold up. But the ones on the gram got perfect titties and asses. My girl, she loyal and lavish. She ain't showing off her assets just to level up her status. If she did it wouldn't matter. She do her and I do me. I met a shorty through a link. Now we linking for some drinks. Conversation kinda vacant. First day, last day was in the base. On some MySpace top 8 shit. Headshots her favorite. The lust ain't gon' save us. Headed home to my main chick. Yeah, she might do some complaining, but I'd rather her than a fake chick who stuck on herself and she brainless. Focused on loving the same way. Got no time for the games, babe. We getting old fucking lame shit. Sing, but tonight I'm gonna try. She got all the things that I seen online, but the one that I'm with gon' ride for life. The problem really is that bitch first wife. I can't sing, but tonight I'm gonna try. She got all the things that I seen online, but the one that I'm with gon' ride for life. Problem really is that bitch first wife. 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 She know she the wife. She know she a bad bitch. We do this shit nightly. Make movies like Spike Lee. Take trips so you know that we sightsee. Shorty the wife. Even need diamonds and ices. I cut off my side chicks. For her, I cut off my side chicks, yeah. I'm up in the morning. My girl, she faithful and loyal. That's why she gets spoiled.
I'm doing white boy things. I'm pounding energy drinks and whiskey. Let's go. I'm motherfucking Penn State strong. I'm Big Ten thick, motherfuckers. I think it's like my version of a vodka and Red Bull. It's fucking Ghost, Energy, Sour Patch, Red Bull, and whiskey. Get the Sour Patch Red Bull. Ghost Energy drink, Sour Patch, Red Berry, and whiskey. Fuck out of here. Vodka and Red Bull. Go fuck yourself. This shit is the dank.
Yeah. She be getting her hair done Tuesday. Where you going? Feet up, relaxing, sipping that Douce. If this was 2K shit, I could hit you on my two-way, or I could try to make you my new babe. I laid the dick down proper, it's a new day. Who ordered expensive lobster and souffle?
That'd be me.
Had to pull up in that CP3.
Now do you love me like Kishi?
Town to New Jersey.
We gon' pull up.
Hell yeah,
I got the hook up.
Anytime that you need me, we gon' pull up. Damn right, I got the hook up.
This is my shit.
Gotta act brand new. Nah, I can't stand you. Have to bring you round just to show what the fam do. No text, no calls, no reasons to be involved. Young John Wall taking what's give it and get it off. Come on. What you doing, girl? Pull up on me. I got a lot of time living in the moment. In the city with the gas roll for you. Can I come get you and we bend them corners like no disrespect about me. No disrespect about me. City, so you know I'm about it. So you know I'm about it. I can tell you about it. Now let me tell you about it. Playing, no, I had to shout it. Days I'm in the hood like what it is. I might just slide up on you like what up, bitch. Cause you know I like to play with you. Come spend the day with you, come kick it, seeing what it do. You feeling comfortable, I make the move. But now it's different though, I guess it's cool. You wasn't shy about my love, remember at the school days when I picked you up. So now you fucked around and changed, almost messed it up. See, I ain't changed, baby, trying to catch a plane with you. Came back around to show you that I'm made for you. And here you go with the same old song on your weekend shit. I might just wish I never met her like Carl Thomas, but I ain't tripping no. Stay up on the grind, we gon' get some dough. And you got that good ass brain, I had to let you know. Really
alright, y'all, let's do it with water.
Where you wanna go and what you wanna know. Whoa.
Y'all don't know, I'm old school. I will take a fucking iced up bomb. I hit this bitch dry as a bitch all the time. Why? It's no reason. It's got a fucking ice trap and fucking triple defibrillators and all of that shit. Am I some kind of glutton for punishment? What's the word? I'm not a masochist or whatever. Maybe just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's get it, y'all.
So you know about
There we go.
What you doing, girl? Pull up on me. I got a lot of time living in
Yes, you don't even feel that. You don't even feel that. That's smooth as shit. That's smooth. I mean, come on now. That feels like a fucking vaporizer. It's a beautiful, beautiful hit. It's just almost too smooth. Smoother is not even the word. It literally takes the bite out of you.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Especially in a mason jar, right? Because a mason jar is nice and fucking fat, right? So it's just like, that's, you know what I mean? You can get away with a lot of water in that bitch. And then you're hit, it's like a vaporizer. It honestly feels like a vape. Which is a good thing. It's a great thing, y'all. Smooth as shit. Smooth as shit. Yeah, exactly. You can hit it hard as shit. I'll tell you guys a funny story. The guy Sam is named after. You guys can see him. I'll show you guys. Sam does not have a random name. All of my dogs, all of my pets actually, I've had little cats and shit, and anything I have as a pet is named after a professor from my life. And Sam is named after Sam Richards. He's actually a sociologist of race at Penn State University, which is where I did my bachelor's and my master's. My first thing, funny story, y'all. I did my first real teaching and shit under Sam. I took his class, the sociology of race, that Soc 119 that I talked about. I think I took it as a freshman or something. And, I loved that class. And I stuck to Sam Richards like glue. The key for Penn State, guys, it's really funny, how I became academic. It's I came from a really small school, right? And so, going to Penn State was crazy for me because Penn State's a really big school. And so you go from, y'all understand, there were 50 students in my graduating class. There was 350 students in my school, Not in my class, in my school. And not even from grades 9 to 12. I'm not talking about 350 students from grades 9 to 12, y'all. I'm talking about 50 students per average. Do the math. I'm talking about 350 students from grades 7 to 12, right? And we all came from like these feeder Catholic schools that were similarly small. So I get to Penn State on a full academic scholarship. Amen, hallelujah, praise the spirit of Myron. And I'm like, holy shit, this is culture shock. There's a gazillion people here. And most of these motherfuckers are from like real schools and big cities, and they have real lives and shit. And I've been living in this little Jesuit Catholic bubble in the middle of nowhere, tucked up way in some mountain in the middle of nowhere, right? And so as a survival mechanism, I had to make this really huge school feel really, really small. And the way that I did that, I didn't know this at the time. It's just what I needed, right? And so I saw what I needed was I replicated my small Catholic school experience. I found a relatively small group of people, same thing we have now. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. I stayed in the same really close group of friends and shit throughout most of school. That's pretty normal. But the other thing I did was I got really, really close to all of my, or the majority, most of my professors, some of them more than others, obviously. But that was just what I was used to. Right, I was used to this really small thing where I interacted with my teachers almost every day. Everybody knew everybody. Everybody knew everybody else. And I replicated the same thing at Penn State. Most of the professors I knew, they knew each other. They had been around each other. I found some of them through each other. And they were all on the same tip, right? They were all a bunch of fucking liberal, radical, crazy people who were like pushing me to, you know, like, cool, Jay, go be you, but like way crazier and like amped up and better. And I was, you know, so really fortunate, right? That, and Sam, you know, Sam is married to a woman called Lori Mulvey, her name is Lori Mulvey. They do all their shit together. It's called the Race Relations Project. Well, it was when I was around. It's now called The World in Conversation. At the time, what you did is you had this class called the Sociology of Race. You learn all about institutionalized racism and unconscious biases and fucking how there's more slavery going on today than anywhere, but we don't know about it. I mean, it's a crazy class. It like blows your mind. Everybody's like, oh my God, shit, holy shit. Learn about white guilt, all that type of shit. And then you have that's the big lecture class where Sam leads it. He's one of the best lecturers in the world. He's been written about like in a book called the 10 Most Dangerous Minds in America or some shit like that. TED Talks, all that type of shit. Maybe we'll watch his TED Talk at some point. That'd be a fun thing to do on stream. So you guys can see where Sam gets his name. That'd be dope. But yeah, he's a radical dude, super cool, and you know, love him to death. And all my pets are named after some weirdos. Where the fuck what were we talking about with this shit? Because I totally forgot. Because I'm sitting here staring at Sam's dumbass. Anyway, let's get on to what the fuck we got to get into. The coping mechanism. Yeah, I had to fucking make that school small, right? And so I had to get to know all my professors. I spent a lot of time in their office hours. Diana Grunler, who my female dog, that's with the one of my exes actually, she was named after her. I had a cat named after a sociologist professor. And Sam was really great because I got to meet Sam, right? Like when I first got Sam and everything, and I brought him to Penn State, and Sam got to meet him, and Sam said he's so ugly he's cute, you know, and Sam kind of has this kind of like shaggy hippie thing going on. He's actually cleaned up a lot. He's a lot cleaned up now compared to what he used to be. He used to have even longer hair, a real hippie kind of dude, known for smoking a lot of weed. He helped me start Normal, right? He helped me start the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws. He was our faculty. Actually, he wasn't our faculty advisor because he told me our faculty faculty advisor needed to be somebody who had tenure. He was pretty smart on that. And he introduced me to Richard Doyle, who became my mentor. And a lot of you guys know I made my own major at Penn State in social dynamics because I wanted to be a dating coach and all that type of shit. That's how I got into evolution. Well, Richard Doyle was my preceptor, right? So Sam, like the guy that he's named after, introduced me to Richard Doyle, who became my preceptor, who I did my whole social dynamics program under, right? And Sam was my mentor the whole time I was at Penn State, and his wife, Lori. My point was to tell you guys they treated me like the child they never had. Their child is the Race Relations Project, and the students and people involved in that project, since I was one of Sam's students, they teach Sam's class together. And I also became, a facilitator in the Race Relations Project, and then trained other facilitators, right? I spent a few years in that project, right? They treated me like family, and that mattered because then when I had mental health difficulties and got hospitalized and stuff like that, and I didn't have any family locally and stuff like that, it was Sam and Lori who were there to like come and pick me up and make sure I got to things, and again, like treating me like a kid, right? Who they need to make sure doesn't fucking get himself killed because he's in this, he's way outside of his comfort zone, and he's got some bad shit going on too, and he needs people looking out for him, right? And so they were those people. That's why he is named after that dude. But that dude also happens to be a crazy badass professor, right? Like he's a crazy sociologist who uses sociology to do radical shit. So this is where I get the whole like, you're going to take some scholastic thing that you're about, you're going to do that, you get a gig, you find this department, you figure out what your discipline is, and then you use that shit to go off and do what you got to do. And it's also why you try to get tenure. Sam and Lori's deal is instead of tenure, they have their program, right? They have funding for this program. They have Penn State's, security and support for doing this instead of having to do what the other people have to do. And so it's a different sort of stability thing that they've got worked out, and it works for them. But yeah, it was, really cool. And it's just great to share this type of stuff with you guys as we get ready to go forward into the other stuff we've got to do. All right, so one thing I want to make sure we touch on, let me pause this. There's a couple things that we're going to talk about today that are important. And one is MLK, the other is Otangelo. We're going to start with MLK. I try to start out big and go down more narrow into our community. So here are my thoughts on MLK, man. I was a huge MLK fan growing up. And as a young Christian, a young black Christian, MLK was like a hero to me. And recently, I heard a lot of talk because MLK's been in the news recently. Let me just put it that way, because there are Republican retards running around saying stupid shit. Like, if MLK was alive today, he'd be a Republican. Nope. No. None of that is true. And no, it is not okay to do that. They love to deliberately weaponize MLK, like especially when they do some dumb shit, and then they'll all quote mine him. And he said that he had a dream of us being judged by the content of our character, not the color of our skin. And so why do you hate my whiteness? It's just like, okay, you can go fuck yourself today. And yes, you should be glad that we are on YouTube, 'cause see, if I saw you in the ring, I would be whooping your ass. I'm saying whooping that ass. I'll be whooping that ass. Woo! I woke up feeling fucking violent today, and it's you I'm trying to slay. I'm talking whooping that ass. Woo, whooping that ass. Where the fuck is Wayne, man? It feels good. Wayne, you want to stomp on these niggas? Holy shit, no. No. Holy shit, somebody find these fuck faces, bring them here, and tell them to say that shit to my face, because I'm just, holy shit, I'm not having it, y'all. I'm not fucking having it. Literally, I'm not about that. No. But let me say this. Probably had too much to drink. Don't know why I finished that. That wasn't a good idea. All right, so all right, so nah, hang on. I got to talk about this for a little bit, gang. Are they fucking serious? All right, so look, let's be serious. People have had to now come out and make it very, very clear that Dr. Martin Luther King was against voter suppression. He really spoke out against capitalism, y'all. He thought capitalism was no longer useful, and this motherfucker was right about that. Okay? They are trying to distort this man's legacy, and that shit ain't cool, y'all. It's just not okay. Oh my goodness. No. Republicans, you can go fuck yourselves. All right. But he also was not some hero and some stand-in for Jesus, and I find a little bit about the narrative frustrating. Now, we could talk about whether or not the CIA talked a lot of shit about they had him on some shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the motherfucker definitely wasn't a faithful guy. Let's just put it to this way. I don't think he was gonna win Husband of the Year award anytime soon. I don't think that he was in danger of that. Matter of fact, as I understand it, they caught him slipping where they caught him slipping because he was slipping. You know what I mean? He was out there in them streets trying to be out there in them sheets, and they like, oh yeah, we know where he laid up with them white bitches. It was set up on him there. You know, I don't know. Maybe I could be, y'all could check that out. I ain't really into all of it, but I read into it a while ago. So, that's just where I'm at with it. And he probably did, fuck with them substances, y'all. I believe he probably liked to get high. Maybe even with more shit than I like to get high with. But you know what I'm saying, bro? YOLO. You know what I mean? The motherfucker was a motherfucking hero, and he was about that life, and you only live once. And he did live in a time when everybody had to keep up with the holy two-step, to be considered decent and all that shit. But I just feel like heroizing him in a certain way to where it's automatically all attributed to his Christianity perpetuates the very same cultural dominance amongst people that forced the Martin Luther King to have to become a religious figure in the first place. And we're no longer there. Now, let me go ahead with the blase and the fucking flavonoids and not try to sound like I don't understand the fact that the church was an instrumental part in the struggle for freedom of black people in the civil rights struggle, and the we shall overcome. Trust me, I understand all this. Let me kick a little actual factuals to you. Back in the Penn State days, go State, I wrote a paper actually about the utilization of the Negro spiritual in the civil rights struggle, right? And so I get how important it is. I'm really all about the political organization of black people and doing what we got to do, especially on behalf of our cities. I think everybody got to pick a city. Y'all know mine is Brick City. We get down like this. Newark, New Jersey. What the fuck is up? Holla at your boy. In Minneapolis, I might come see you, but it's going to cost you a faculty job. All right, now, back on topic. Cool, right? It's all about the liberation of the motherfucking people and shit, but, like, Christianity's not true, y'all. And so I'm not here really to deride MLK so much as I do want to say I don't think for Christians he serves as some kind of stand-in for Jesus in a way that they think he does. Like, I think if they knew the whole scope of the story, they would be like, ooh, I mean, if that's our guy, then yeah, cool, he's our guy, but it ain't exactly because he was walking in the light of Jesus in the way that they think about that. And it's kind of just like, maybe you should just celebrate what he was talking about and stop trying to use it as an example of why God is so great because of MLK. And I know people probably that are skeptical don't do that, and that's not what they're on, but I wanted to speak about that. So I'm not really here to wax about, you know, anybody that has a perfectly good understanding of these things. I'm just talking about a frustration I've sort of been hanging on to about the way I feel Martin Luther King is treated by a lot of people unconsciously in a way that frustrates me. Not that anybody has said anything to me about him that frustrates me. It's just like he came, I think actually be clear about it. I think Lena said something about MLK, and then I said a comment back in the comment in James's stream, and then I think Carol said maybe that she thought that was a good point or something, and I was like, oh, I should probably wax about that because I haven't really waxed about MLK before. But y'all know I don't have no beef with what Lena said. Like, she's making a good point. But the point I think was that you know, kind of people like MLK and the black church has been instrumental in the black struggle. And the reason I think it kind of made me want to wax about it was because y'all know Cloud, my former NBA, he's my NBA 2K teammate. Like, me and Cloud will play together on any NBA 2K game we get on together, but you know, the squad we were originally on doesn't really play regularly together anymore, although me and him still keep in touch. But like, Cloud hit me up on Discord because he came through the stream and we kind of hit him with some of our, like, bro, like, you know, you're not going, and he tried to basically kind of argue for Christianity by pretty much, again, arguing for its contribution to the black struggle and all of this bullshit. And I'm like, cool, like, it's okay if it helped us get here because, you know, the church was instrumental. But you got to remember, the church was only instrumental because we were excluded from all these other aspects of society. And so, number one, it isn't a good thing that we had to have all of our agency through the church. And number two, it's perpetuating the same dependence upon the church because you can't get outside of that and you don't have. So now you have access to influence through all these other vectors and avenues in society, but you still want to bring it all back and give God the glory at the end of the day and make it all about the church. And isn't the church still instrumental? And no, that's no longer helping us because it doesn't matter at the end of the day how much believing in the God is helpful to people. That is not the issue to me. And if that's the issue to you, we're never going to even be having the same conversation. Because I do not think it is helpful to build community, identity, confidence, any of that positive personal shit on something that is not true. Learn to play an instrument. Get good at a video game. Start studying the fucking science of some shit that you're curious about. Start painting like Wayne. Become a badass at video games. Maybe like Lena, start top fragging at some titles in your life, right? Establish your sense of, yo, I'm a motherfucking rocker and a roller on some shit that's real. Because again, this is what I'm dealing with in my family, y'all. I'm trying to show y'all. I almost feel like, I don't know. To me, it's the comparison I thought of, so I'm gonna go with it. Although I'm sure it's a dog shit comparison. But something strikes me about Derek from Mythvision's recovery channel, his Derek Lambert channel, where he's really speaking as somebody who's recovered from something and is trying his best desperately to get people to, you know, really see a different perspective on, number one, what's really maybe needed to be thought about to help people deal with this addiction. But number two, what is really at fucking stake for people and what some of the realities of this shit are. And that's how I feel like I am with this religion shit, y'all. I'm just over the shit where we just gotta keep being all fucking nice about this shit. Like, where we just gotta keep fucking, like, that was the shit that set me off about Johnny, bro. Like, cool, man. If you wanna holler about how great Christians are and wonderful and cool, just go somewhere where there's a bunch of people gathered in the name and the spirit of doing that, because this isn't it. And I just don't think we can continue to make these excuses, because these are the very same ideas that keep people hanging on to something. So every time we say, you know, hey, people got to get over this Christianity shit, and they go, but did you know how instrumental the black church was into the civil rights struggle of black people? And then we go, oh, well, that's a great point. And, yeah, okay. The new response needs to be, bro, I'm sorry, but I appreciate all of that, but that won't make it true. And here's the other question. Why is this the shit people are always offering us in defense of Christianity instead of some shit that demonstrates that it's true? And how the fuck long are we supposed to not notice that? Right? Everybody's got a defense of the one true God and why it's so okay to... And it's even the shit about these nice Christians. Like, if people want to know what I feel like, I'm going to be honest with you, dog. I started this channel because I'm tired of watching atheists bend over backwards and take it in the booty by Christians just so they can feel like they're the nice atheists. Like, I'm just over it. And again, it's not that I don't get it. It's not that I don't value it. I just think it's different stages of, not even stages, it's like a combination of personal development, so stages. People go through stages. They go through a stage where they're a Christian, and if they're gonna end up, say, like where I'm at, then they go through a stage where they're a questioning Christian and they need shit that maybe is welcoming to somebody who's questioning Christianity, but isn't necessarily going to be directly challenging to their identity as a Christian, because if it was directly challenging, they would just dip, dive, socialize, get ready for the Saturday night, and then, you know, go get ready for church on Sunday, and they'd be like, yeah, this isn't offering anything to me, right? But if you kind of come out of that phase and then you're, you know, not an atheist or you're openly kind of questioning, then you might need like your rationality rules or your genetically modified skeptic, something that's real Christian forward, very friendly, almost putting things in a way that makes, you know, being a believer like the reasonable default position, and is just kind of still working you through why it's okay to not believe in these things, right? And then you go through another phase where maybe you need to watch like some debates where Christianity and atheism get fucking equal time and they go back and forth, and you get to really hear the Christian arguments and the apologetics fucking expressed by people who express them from a high scholarly opinion, and then see it countered by... And then you get to another phase, right, where you're like, all right, now I just want to listen to lectures or read books by atheists because I don't, you know, and it just goes and goes and goes. And I'm just at a place where it's like, cool, I'm great with what everybody wants to do, and wherever other people's journey they're trying to target them at. It's just, for me personally, I'm no longer at a phase where softballing this shit makes sense or is desirable to me. I'm just not interested. I'm literally more like, y'all know, I'm like Gin and Truth. I'm super excited about making content with Gin and Truth, being a little bit more like, these fuck faces can go fuck themselves. We're sitting on some bullshit. It is what it is. So that's kind of how I'm feeling. Yeah, have the CIA follow those nice Christians and see what they find. And so that's kind of where I'm at with Martin Luther King. If you're a Christian and you think MLK is some kind of stand-in for Jesus, which some kind of offers some support, I would actually suggest that you check out what the CIA has about MLK. Decide for yourself. I would check out that you just think about some of that other shit. The other thing that bothers me about his legacy is that I feel like it underplays the secular and the skeptic contributions in all of this. Like every other narrative, it's like they want to tell you Christianity responsible for the end of slavery, instead of reminding you that Christianity is responsible for the slaves and the slavery in the first place. That Christianity was used when the master was whipping your ass and telling you how a slave was supposed to act. Oh, they want to leave that part out. Then they want to tell you, oh, you know, great Christians like MLK were essential in the civil rights struggle. Well, let's talk about the fact that they had to be played a fucking role of Christian or some other religious superhero in order to be recognized and get that kind of voice in the civil rights struggle, as evidenced by the fact that all the skeptics and non-believers who were working their asses off just as hard in said struggle are to this day are not remembered. And then we're going to just perpetuate it. And so I get that everybody's doing that in the effort to be reasonable and accommodating to other people and to be like, you know, cool and try to give the devil his due, so to speak, ironically. But it just isn't doing anything for us anymore because it isn't true. It isn't going to make it true. And it does just sort of, you know, give people this sort of, to me, undeserved sense of pride and dignity and hanging on to this shit because, oh, well, the great leaders like MLK, it's just like, shut up. They weren't Christians like you think they were. If you think fucking, and again, even if they were that type of pious, unbelievable, holier than now, for real, it wouldn't and shouldn't fucking matter because that isn't what the message was about. Martin Luther King isn't remembered for fucking his opposition to fucking hedonism and his fucking preaching the fucking good news of Jesus. They want to treat it like MLK. We have MLK holiday because MLK got up in the pulpit and shared the gospel. When motherfuckers quote MLK, they don't fucking normally quote his sermons unless there's something about his sermon that touches on fucking, you know, his view on the fucking issues. In the civic situation, and the social situation, and the racial situation, and the cultural situation, the economic situation, the political situation. Yes, you know, MLK was a fucking pastor in the sense that Peter or Andrew or whoever the fuck from the Bible was a goddamn fisherman. It isn't what the fuck they're remembered for. We quote Martin Luther King, you know, his letter from a Birmingham jail, and fucking his "I Have a Dream" speech from the fucking, you know, Washington D.C. monument and shit. Not mostly his fucking sermon from Winston-Salem Baptist or whatever the fuck, right? And again, I'm not trying to disparage the man's legacy. I'm just saying that if you're going to come at me and want to have a conversation about him, I'm going to be like, what about him is really in some kind of defense for Christianity? And again, it feels so desperate to even have to go there. Because it's just another confession. You need another person as an example of God's grace, because you don't have any fucking evidence of it. All right, now, yeah, I'm just indifferent. It's just like, whatever, cool. You know, and again, the message could have come from anybody, and it came from lots of people. So, and it just has nothing to do with faith anyway. Absolutely nothing to do with it. The message could have came from a Buddhist, an atheist, a fucking purple green monster who said, I come from another fucking planet where, you know, there are purple and green monsters, and we learned that we shouldn't fucking be divided over the color of our skin, because whether you're purple or green shouldn't make a fucking difference, and our planet has been a fucking better place ever since we stopped fighting fucking wars and discriminating based on who was purple or green. So I have a dream, and you know what I'm saying? He could have done the whole fucking shit because he had been visited by a fucking alien from another purple and green planet, and it would not have made a fucking difference to the message. So stop acting like you're smart for bringing that shit up like I can't see right through it. And again, if you're black and you're gonna bring that shit to me, I'm just gonna tell you, you are sad, my dude. It is so sad that this is all the fucking shit you got in defense of fucking Jesus instead of some shit that actually demonstrates that is true. All right, so now I want to actually get up off the internet. Not the internet, but YouTube and have fun and shit. So, one, I gotta order some food because I had a little bit to drink, and I'm hungry, and I want to see if I can get a motherfucking sub. I want a sub. No, what are you doing? Why is this so hard? Don't make this difficult for me. All right, so I don't know where Wayne is at, man. But we need to talk about fuckface Otangelo. Guys, I'm honestly just kind of done with the Otangelo experiment. I just don't see the value of, I don't know. I just think it's very clear to me that Homeboy's a troll and we're kind of wasting our breath with this dude, but I do think he's like a fun person to kind of beat up on as like a punching dummy and shit. You know, you need somebody to do the job. You need somebody to be ridiculous. You need, like I said, you need an example that people actually claim to believe the bullshit that Otangelo claims to believe. Lest we be accused of like making this shit up. So that's honestly where I'm at with the gang. Like, I just don't see what the dealio is. What the dealio is for realio. Like, honestly. I mean, honestly. So, you know what? Let's fucking do this shit old school style. Let's do this shit fucking old school style. Go fuck yourself, Wayne. Where's Wayne? God damn it. Where's my tag team partner? You know, he's over, I know where he is. He's over on fucking James Apperson's channel. Which is a fucking bitch-ass thing to do because, oh, his mic is fucked up. Getting one shipped tomorrow. I was about to say because Wayne's NWO, like, I can't complain. I mean, he's over at James's channel, but I was like, James is fucking NWO, so I can't really complain if somebody's not here because they're at James Apperson's channel. It's kind of a slick move. It's like I can't really complain about that. Oh, they're at James's channel. Oh, damn it, that's the. I mean, they're still within the fucking family network. I can't shit on that, you know. Kind of like a kryptonite that I got to deal with. It's like, where the fuck did everybody go? They're watching Cliff. Oh, they're watching Cliff, or they're watching my one black friend. Oh, that's okay. Never mind. As you were. Matter of fact, let's take a little James. What's the fuck? Is James still fucking streaming? What's up, James? James still alive? Uh-oh. Yeah, James is still alive. What's up, James?
And how I relate to people and my disposition and what I smell like and what colors I wear for clothing and how my clothing is made, right? Unless I go down the list and conform to a particular idea that society has about what somebody with a particular physiology is supposed to look like and smell like and act like, then society won't accept me, right? And I want society to accept me. I want to have a place. I want to know my place in society, right? And I think that's harmful. I think that's the problem. I'm saying fuck society. Fuck trying to find a place for myself in society. Society should just grow up, right? And so I just think that if the man wants to wear pink and the woman wants to wear blue and the man wants long hair and the woman wants short hair, and I mean biological women, right? If somebody with an outie sexual appendage, right, whose seed pods are on the outside of their body, wants to wear pink and long hair and be soft-spoken and have a submissive demeanor.
All right, y'all, here we go.
They just do. Like, we shouldn't try to like label that. And if somebody who happens to have their seed pods on the inside of their body and their sexual appendage is inverted, and their chromosomes happen to be XX, wants to have short hair and wear blue or flannel and wield an axe and be a lumberjack and and spit, adjust themselves every 5 minutes in public, and just act the stereotypical that we normally associate with manly men, then we should just not label that either. It's just their thing.
That's right. If you're a pretty ass sexy boy like me, then get your pretty ass sexy boy
It's
on.
not supposed to have categories.
There's nothing wrong with being a pretty ass guy.
End of my rant, I suppose.
You know?
No, you're right.
Can't help that
I
God
agree.
made me beautiful.
But I think the world still
I
is
wasn't
holding on
expecting
to
that.
them.
That was a little twist at the end, huh? You gotta pay attention.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the marriage thing, like you said. When everybody was fighting about gay marriage rights, the rights for gays to be married, let me tell you why I didn't support that and still don't. Because marriage shouldn't be a government thing at all. All of the energy that it took, all the money it took, all the passion it took, all the time that it took, all the energy it took, all the legal maneuvering it took, all the protests it took, all the lobbying it took, all that we spent getting gay marriage rights, which we could lose the next time
SM58 in the house.
because we haven't secured
Then
any
you gotta
permanent
change the cable
victories
on
in
this
the
bitch,
legal
but still.
or the judicial system, right? Like any rights we attain, we could still lose. All of that energy, all those resources.
Fuck face Otangelo. What an absolute atrocity of a human being. Now I have got some shit to reveal about Otangelo that, to be quite frank, you already know. Number one, Otangelo is sitting on a massive pile of bullshit. And he's fucking ridiculous and obnoxious and annoying, and I'm tired of being fucking nice about it. Is that camera on me? Put that goddamn camera on me. Otangelo, you suck. There's no need to rehearse this. There's no need to script this. You're fucking ridiculous. You're a bitch. Go somewhere and learn something. I'm serious. Go to the four corners of the earth and think about what you've done. You are essentially a flat earther to us. And a dumb one at that. And then you bury people. And I do mean bury people in piles and piles and piles of gish galloped nonsense. And then you have the audacity to write a 600-plus page book undermining science, knowing you haven't read 600 pages of actual science in your goddamn life. You are wholly underprepared and unqualified to be discussing these topics on the internet at all ever, and the audacity to write a book just shows that you're a motherfucking grifter who doesn't give a shit, and you suck at it. You're bad. And if you think you're converting people, people like you are the reason people are leaving churches in droves. Otangelo fucking sucks. Just awful. Just awful. And PineCreek sucks too, man. Holy crap. Yeah, belly buttons are weird shit too, bro. Otangelo, and honestly, Otangelo just he quotes these fucking already disqualified, discredited apologists who were goddamn dog shit. It's fucking ridiculous, man. So, Otangelo, we're tired of the fucking nonsense, man. And I gotta be honest with y'all. Otangelo and many other people like him just intend to take advantage of our goodwill. I think that's what they want to do. They're going around from place to place, trolling on the internet, trying to figure out where they can spit their fucking nonsense and, you know, get over on people. But it's just so frustrating because I feel like it's an attack. A lot of these people, I just feel are like they're bad faith actors, and they just there's never gonna be a getting through to them. So you got to kick them up a few times, do what you want to do, and then move on. A D-level member of our rogues gallery, exactly. 4 dedicated pages per calendar year in our comic book. Just ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. He's like and whose side is he on, right? I mean, he's such an outlandish and ridiculous Christian figure that it's not like there are fucking Christians running around like, oh yeah, you know, I'm really big in Otangelo, and Otangelo's a really blessed brother and shit like that. I got to get rid of this fucking mic cable. Let's switch back to the other shit. But Otangelo. That I'm not even changing scenes again. But look, y'all, here's the deal. It's Saturday. I kind of like going live earlier and doing a shorter stream. I don't know. I was gonna play some games and shit, but I'm kind of tipsy, and I kind of just want to go hang out and gather. I just want to go hang out and gather. I could play games and gather and play football and do shit. We could hang out. We could play games. Everybody could play games. We could stream. Let's watch football games. Let's hang out. Let's have fun. But yeah, no, I really do appreciate fucking 20,000 subs. It's fucking crazy. I definitely don't want to shit all over MLK, right? But I'm happy to have finally vented on this subject. Maybe I'll say more on MLK Day or something like that. To be honest, I really do admire the man's work, and I don't want to undermine it. What I just want to say is, like any other person, he's a human. He's a person, and I'm tired of making excuses for Christianity, and I see maybe in a way that other people don't see the same way or don't feel the same way about, but I do see people like him used in this way to sort of, you know, reify Christianity by, you know, giving us these sort of shining examples, which doesn't do anything about the truth of the matter. And I also think Otangelo's sitting on some bullshit. But anyway, man, I love y'all. 20,000 subscribers. I'm super happy. I want to have some fun. Let's go hang out and gather. In the name of the Darwin, the Dawkins, and the Christopher Hitchens, science bless you all. Poof!
Ready for takeoff?
Whoa. We're gonna hold on my stump, what's the problem? I ain't had shit to show, being modest. Now it's grams of the wax for my conscience. Bron James in LA, you're on college. I've been jumping on them planes like a hobby. Still moving with the pack like my partners. Shut the John on them jets, cause you wildin'. But the bowl is a party on the island. Moment of silence. So good, get back to the topic. Grew up, it was me and Flocka. Grandma's and Big T, this my mama. I ain't even for the pain when my pops flipped. Knew his name, that's it, never bothered. Mom said, you the man, son, you got this. Ever since I found a way to go and pop shit. Hold up, blaze through a whole zip. Took a seat at the table of my first flip. Days in red roof with my first whip. Spent the money with the gang, never post pics. Seen the change in the game, had to coach it. Never let them take my wangs in the mold, bitch. Ever made in a month, nigga. Used to serve him at the minute just to front, nigga. Goddamn. Had to grow up quick, I made my own rules. Had my first child, got it jumping with music. Can't really hang with nobody who losing. I thought by now that you would go and get it, but I could hardly see niggas as distant. Know you get cropped if you not in the picture. And I made that tag and went got a bag. Shots to the Henny and OG prescriptions, put rebel shit on the map. Took a leap from where I started at. Started ballin' now, I'm Chris Paul and Cat. Got him steady calling for the mold, but I'm on a roll, gotta call him back. And that's all fact.